Hello! Welcome to Crime Chronicles. What don't people know about A Perfect Life? She was a loving wife and a dedicated mom, always at family dinners and school events. But behind her smile there was a different story. It started with a glass of wine to relax after a long day, a quick way to handle stress. Being a mom, meeting expectations and trying to be perfect made her feel more and more stressed. What began as a way to relax turned into a need, a craving she couldn't ignore. She kept her secret well, feeling ashamed of her growing need for alcohol. The woman who used to be happy now pulled away, her smile forced, her eyes showing fear. Her family didn't know, fooled by the normal life she tried to show. To the outside world her life looked perfect, a sign of her hard work and love. Addiction grows in the dark, fed by silence and shame. We live in a world that judges quickly, labels people and turns away from their struggles. Many see addiction as a moral failure, a weakness, instead of a mix of biology, psychology and life experiences. The stigma around addiction is like an invisible wall, stopping people from getting the help they need. Fear of judgment, losing their kids, jobs or place in society keeps them stuck in secrecy and shame. Addiction can affect anyone. It can touch anyone, no matter their background, income or upbringing. We need to change how we talk about addiction, from blame and shame to empathy and support. Addiction grows stronger when people are alone, feeding on their sadness and loneliness. For the mother fighting addiction, her home was both a safe place and a trap. The outside world felt too scary and full of judgment. So she turned inward, finding comfort in the addiction that was hurting her. Her relationships got worse, and the people who once made her happy now felt distant. She pushed away her friends and family, hiding the truth from them. Being alone made her feel more sad and guilty. She felt like a ghost in her own home, wanting connection but too scared to reach out. Her loneliness went beyond her home. She felt cut off from her community and the world. The fear of being found out kept her hiding, a prisoner of her own making. She loved her children so much, but her addiction was very strong. This made her feel very sad inside. She wanted to be a good mom, to do fun things like bake cookies and build pillow forts, but she was always fighting her addiction. It was a battle between being a mom and her cravings. She felt very guilty, like a heavy weight on her. Her kids noticed she was different, but they didn't know why. She tried to hide her struggle by giving them lots of gifts and attention, but it didn't feel real. The gifts felt empty, and her kids wanted real love. Her addiction made a wall between them, a wall of shame and secrets that kept her from truly connecting with her children. Kids notice everything around them, even if they can't explain it. The mother's addiction, even if hidden, affected their lives, leaving marks on their hearts. They saw her mood changes, her pulling away, and her being there sometimes and not other times. They thought it was their fault. Her addiction made their home feel scary and unsure. They never knew if their mum would be nice and loving or distant and angry. This made them feel unstable and worried. The one thing they counted on, their mum, felt shaky and unreliable. Deciding to get help is not easy, especially for mothers who worry about what others think. The shame around addiction can stop people from getting help, keeping them stuck in secrecy and shame. But for this mother, her love for her children gave her hope and pushed her to try to get better. Her journey started with a clear moment when she saw that her addiction was hurting her family. Taking the first step to get better took a lot of bravery. She had to face her fears, admit she needed help, and ask for support. Recovery is not about forgetting the past, but about changing the story of one's life. It is a journey of learning about oneself, facing past hurts, and learning to live without using addiction as a crutch. For this mother, the road to redemption had both tears and victories. Each step forward showed her strength and love for her children. Therapy gave her a safe place to talk about her pain, shame and guilt that led to her addiction. Through therapy, she learned better ways to cope, manage her stress, control her emotions, and see herself in a more positive way. Support groups were a lifeline, a community of people who understood the challenges of addiction and recovery. One of the biggest lessons in recovery is learning to accept imperfection. For this mother, letting go of the need to be perfect, to show a perfect image to the world, was both freeing and scary. It meant accepting her flaws, admitting her mistakes, and being kind to herself just like she was kind to others. She always tried to be perfect, thinking her worth depended on meeting society's high standards. Recovery helped her let go of these heavy burdens and see that true beauty is in being real, not perfect. Accepting imperfection meant fighting the negative thoughts that had always been with her. Recovering from addiction is hard, and people can't do it alone. It needs everyone to help, changing from judging to understanding and supporting. Our communities, hospitals and support groups must work together to help people with addiction, showing kindness and a real wish to help. Learning the truth about addiction helps break wrong ideas about it. By teaching people about addiction, its causes and its effects, we can help them understand and care more. Schools, workplaces and community centres can help by sharing correct information and talking openly about addiction. The mother's journey was hard, but it showed how strong people can be and how love can change everything. Her fight with addiction left marks, but it did not define her. Instead, it helped her grow, understand herself better, and see the strong love she had for her children. Recovery is not about forgetting the past, but making it part of a new story of hope and healing. The scars she had, both seen and unseen, reminded her of her strength and the journey she had taken. She came out of the darkness not without scars, but stronger, wiser and kinder. By sharing their stories, we help reduce the shame around addiction, give hope to others, and remind them they are not alone. Please like and share this video and subscribe to our channel for more content.